Albert AWOL, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. This episode of Welcome Home is brought to you by DVC Resale Market. Thank you for joining us on episode 322 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom, here with Trevor. How's it going, Trevor?
Hey, pretty good today. How's your weekend going?
It's going. I was just, it's funny. I was talking about, I've been talking about on the show, my one friend that was going to Disney for the first time with her kids. I think I mentioned that. Mm-hmm. So, and she texted us on the way home, and she was like, had an amazing time, which, I bet a lot of listeners can kind of identify with this, is like, when you're like the Disney person in your friend group, you almost feel a weird responsibility for your friend to have a good time when they go to Disney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing because you're like, I like, it's almost like in a weird way, like if they're like, oh, I hated it, it was the worst. I almost take it personally, like even though it had nothing to do with
which,
me,
yeah, you're absolutely right with that. Like I do the same thing too, where like when somebody comes to me with Disney advice, I'm always like, I want to hear afterwards how it went, because it is a little bit of personal pride in that, like, not like a I told you so, but like, but I know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And not from a place of like I'm not trying to be like arrogant about it. It's just like, I guess I equate it actually to, I think back to, the trip I took with my brother earlier this year, is that, he went into it like he was upfront. He's like, I haven't been to Disney in years. I'm really leaning on you for this. And so like, I was in that same boat as you, where I was like, okay, I really need to like make sure he enjoys himself. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't even there with them,
Yeah, but it doesn't actually matter whether you're there with them or not. It's, you just want them to enjoy themselves. So it's a weird personal thing. I get you on that.
I also think there's a certain aspect of it too when it's people that are not Disney people necessarily, right? Like they've never done Disney, they don't really necessarily get it, and then they go and then they come back and they're like, now I get it, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, or they see the thing there.
They see the thing that you're like I always try and like highlight certain things. It's like, you have to do this thing, and then when they do it, and they're like, yeah, that was really good. And I'm like, get it.
Okay, yeah. Well, and then we actually had another friend that just recently went too for the first time, and she texted us on the way home. She texted my wife on the way home and said, well, I guess I'm a Disney adult now. And I was like, yeah, there you go. That happens. That's exactly how it happens. And I mean, and I was also joking too, because our other friends and we talked about this a while ago, that we lent our DVC points to, that went back in May or June or whatever it was. They I was talking to my wife about this, and it's her friend, and her friend's husband apparently has like keeps saying to her like, ooh, when can we go to Disney again? When can we do this again? And I was like, that's how it happens. That's how it happens. You go the one time, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I got to keep doing this now. I want to go on the cruise again. I want to go to the parks again. I want to, it's weirdly addictive,
Yeah. I mean, it is. And it's also like, I get why, it like, to be fair, Disney is very hard to go to on a regular basis unless you're budgeting for it. So I get why
you live locally.
Yeah. Again, if geographic and all that doesn't, work out, it is a very difficult thing. Like even where I live, when I say to people like, oh yeah, I usually go to Disney like once a year, that like, there's a lot of like, oh, because
you go all the way there for that. Like,
well, no, it's not that. It's the, like, when I was growing up, Disney was very much like Disney was the big trip people did. Like, it was like, people would plan for like 5 years to go to Disney. Like, so
that was growing up for me. I mean, that's how it was when I was a kid. Yeah.
And, but it's even worse because, one, we're in another country, and two, like the other, like Disney World is, the other side of the continent for us.
It is.
And even going to Disneyland was like, growing up, it was, if somebody said they were going to Disneyland, it was like, oh, really? Like, wow, that's like, you're lucky kind of thing. Right.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, you're going. It was a very, you're lucky. So, but, we've gotten to a point, obviously, where, like I said, we were like, yeah, we go every year, but, people's reactions to that do kind of bring me back to reality a little bit, that it's like, yeah, most people are not like, even when they want to go, that it's not a like, oh yeah, we're just gonna, plan a trip and go in 6 months or whatever. It's a big thing for a lot of people. Right. So yeah,
especially when you're going for the first time. Like these couple friends, I was just like, listen, it's an overwhelming thing. It really is. Mm-hmm. And like, cause I don't think people truly, really even, especially Disney World, right? Like, because when you go to Disney World, you don't really, it's hard to kind of understand the scale of the place,
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, it's insanely large. I mean,
people don't understand the scale of that.
Yeah, it's insane. It's a huge piece of property, and it can be complicated, and I think I don't think it's needlessly complicated necessarily. I think it's just anytime you have all these resorts and all these parks, and it's inherently complicated, like it's.
I mean, I equate it to like so my parents have been doing a lot of traveling lately because they're at an age where they're retired, and they've been going and exploring different places in the world. And the funny thing is whether like going to Disney it is a same kind of mindset as like traveling to another country. Like, if you're going to Spain or you're going to, Japan or wherever, is you do kind of have to learn like the rules of what, like how things actually work there. And it's funny because people look at Disney and they go like, well, it's a theme park, right? And it's like, it is a theme park, but it's a massive resort. And there are rules for it for, transportation. It's not like, even things as simple as like, oh, I'll just use an Uber to get between the parks. Well, Uber doesn't pick up in the places you think it does. So, if you're not aware of that, it's not like you can just walk out to the nearest road and call an Uber and go kind of thing. Right. Like it's again, knowing all the nuance of where you're going is what I think people struggle with. And also that's where I think we kind of see the trap as people that help other people with Disney, is that they look at and they think of it like going to their local amusement park, which, we've talked about going to our local amusement parks. And, I have the same thing up here where it's, planning a day trip out to, we have a place called Callaway Park that is, a local amusement park that's been here for as long as I can remember. That is a very simple thing. Disney is not a simple thing.
It's not. It is not. Yeah, it is cool though when those people come back and they did have a great time, like because it's a neat thing. And it's funny though because this friend texted me the night before they were gonna arrive, and they were like, "Give me some tips," and I was like, "That's a hard thing to answer. Like tips on what?" Tips on getting to the park every day, like tips on like, because there's so many things. There's like I was like, that's a really hard question, and I wrote her a very long text message of like very general tips, but like I was like, you can go really deep into tips if you want to.
But I mean, you if somebody says give me some tips, it's like the train circles around Magic Kingdom once every 20 minutes.
Not right now, it doesn't.
But like,
usually, yes.
What do you want me to tell you? Like, they use cats for keeping the mice at bay in Disneyland. Like,
it's like, what kind of tips
tip
do you want?
Like,
I know. I was laughing though because she sent me a bunch of pictures, and her kids are. Her one daughter's around the same age as mine, and then the other one's like maybe 5. And there was a picture of them on Dinosaur, and I was like, "Oh man, I could have warned you about that. like, if you would have told me, I could have warned you. This picture didn't have to happen of them being terrified."
No, I disagree with that. I think there's
discovery.
There is space for being scared at a theme park. It's not, it's not. I know everyone talks about like traumatizing their kids. I feel like honestly, being scared at a theme park is the best place to be scared, because it is a safe space, and it is all like even when kids are freaked out, like my son, the most I can ever remember him getting freaked out was the first time he rode the Matterhorn. He was like 6.
Yeah.
And, the Yeti freaked him out, which I know you've not been on the Matterhorn, but the Yeti is scary.
I've seen it. Yeah.
He is scary. And, he freaked my son out, and he kind of like, he was like, I don't want to go on that again. But then he had time to kind of work through it. And then the next time he went, he was like, yeah, I want to do it again. And then he was fine with it. I think kids being scared is a valid response. And, it's not like don't be that parent where you're like dragging your screaming kid into something that, that they didn't want to do. But if they get surprised or scared on a ride, like, it's fine. It's not like you don't have to like go like, oh gosh, I shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake. It's like, no, actually it's okay for kids to be scared.
I don't disagree with you.
You understand what I mean, right? Like it's,
of course, yeah, of course.
Having reactions to things is fair, but as long as you're not like leaving your kid to like process it on their own.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They actually, it's funny though. The scarier reaction on their faces was actually Frozen, for the drop.
What?
Oh no, dude!
Okay,
it's literally every time we've ever gone on that ride. The picture that we get back, my daughter always has the most terrified look on her face when we're going down that tiny little hill. It's really funny actually. But yeah, it's funny how that all works out. But I'm like I said, I'm just glad they had a good time, and it's always like nice to see that when people get to go do that stuff and have a good time. And then we always, we'll tell our friends too, is like, okay, well, you had a good time this time, but one of these times you come with us, then you'll really have the good time.
We'll show you the good time.
The real good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll show, we can, it's harder to just tell you these things. It's easier for me to just go with you and just be like, let's go do this thing,
again, just back to my brother with, he didn't understand what an after hours party was. And
of course,
we did an after hours party and he was like, oh yeah, I see why you do these.
It makes sense now. Yeah.
He had like, I've told him about it, but he didn't know it until he experienced it. Right. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's interesting too. I was just talking to my wife actually, because we obviously we're going to the Christmas party, which is 2 months away still, right?
Yes, and we still need to talk about that. You and I need to be that person for you now, where I give advice and
to hold my hand through this.
Yeah. And be the proud advice giver.
I'm all for it. This is I think everybody has their Disney blind spots. This is one for me, only because we've been waiting. I mean, we've just been waiting to do it, and. So, but the interesting thing about it was we have not used our points this year, and I've talked about on the show, like, of course we want to go to Disney this year, and we did a couple days this year, but we've only used a little bit of our points, right? And so I kind of said to my wife, I was like, listen, it's kind of last minute, but would you want to stay for the night of the Christmas party, so we don't have to deal with driving all the way back to my mom's house. We can maybe stay out a little bit later, and then we can just go crash at the hotel instead of trying to deal with the whole parking situation and driving an hour and a half, 2 hours. It just might be a better experience, and then we can just kind of get out when we want to get out in the morning, right? And she was not opposed to the idea of doing it. Here's the problem though, right? So there's 6 of us in our group. Right.
Okay.
And I can't just get a room for the 3 of us. That would be kind of not cool. Well,
okay. Hold up though. Because I've done that. I'll admit. When I've traveled with my parents, it wasn't like, they wanted their own room and we did our own thing. We were like, okay, well, we've got our room booked. We're going here. And that was, we did all the parties and stuff together, but then it was like, okay, you guys are going back to your room. We're going to our room. We'll see you later. So, I don't think it's out of bounds to say, like, if you make plans, like, you don't have to do it for the entire party.
Yeah. But this is my family, right? So it's not like, this is like, no,
it was my parents too.
No. I guess what I'm saying is we are all traveling down together from my mom's house. Like, it's, I don't know. I invited them to come. It just feels weird for me to just be like, hey, you guys go get your own hotel room and deal. You know what I mean? Like, I have the points. I might as well, So
you're just thinking you're going to do points for 2 rooms and then they have a place to crash to.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or get a 2-bedroom if I can get one. It's only one night. It's not going to cost me a fortune.
Yeah, I guess if the points are not an issue, yeah. Like, I guess it depends on what the point difference is between them, would be my only thought on that.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it might be better for all of us, especially if I get like a Magic Kingdom area resort. But again, it's going to be hard. We're only 2 months out here, so it's
a single night though. You stand a better chance with a single night, I think.
But I feel like it's going to be harder just because of the Christmas party being that night.
That is fair. Yeah, I mean,
I looked and I saw, some things, but it's not. Well, I was even thinking, Trevor, like I would even be willing to consider going a little over the top and doing a bungalow or doing cabin.
Oh, wow. Cabin, yeah. Bungalow is, I mean, they're like 100 points a night.
I mean, listen, I got the points. Why not? Like, just why not do it? Right?
Yeah, I mean, they sleep 12 people, so that's
what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and I mean, wouldn't that be a cool experience for everyone?
Yeah, like that's true. And then when you're done, you literally just hop on the ferry boat, you ride across to the TTC, and then you get to have you get to do the Lion King walk.
The Lion King walk.
So the meme of like where Nala is like walking past the hyenas and she's like holding her head up, and they're all like sneering at her. It's sorry, I know that
a lot of jealousy going on there is what you're trying to say.
Where everybody else is like trying to get out to their cars at the TTC, and you're just like walking over to to your room at the Polynesian. Yeah.
I mean,
that's what it is. It really is that. And I'm not even going to apologize. That's how it feels every time I do it.
That's funny. I mean, listen, I could get a 2-bedroom lock off at the tower, right?
Yeah.
For 62 points. I mean, that's not bad.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
If it's available, it's not available. But if it were available, then
you can always waitlist it and see what happens.
There is literally not a single date available for that room type from now until my gosh,
right,
the 30th of March.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. It's the tower's new. Yeah, you're right.
The tower's new. The tower's not happening. Yeah, and plus it's a lock off too. I don't know, but but the theme park view goes up to 90, and it's like, do I really need a theme park view? Absolutely not.
Not after. If it's one night for the Christmas party, no, you don't need a theme park view because you're not seeing anything anyway. It's not like you're going to be watching fireworks from your room because you're going to be there late.
Well, so. Listen, a 2-bedroom at Grand Flow is only 61 points. I mean, I would do that. Why not?
Yeah.
Right. But that's the thing is, it's a matter of availability, right? And I think I'd have to be kind of smart about this and maybe go and see, and because I don't remember off the top of my head which of the Magic Kingdom area resorts have the most amount of 2-bedrooms. You know what I mean? And then maybe strategically place wait lists for those two I
feel like it's Grand Floridian, and without like looking into it,
actually looking at it,
I just feel like it's Grand Floridian. Just thinking of how the different resorts are laid out.
That definitely could be the case.
Also the fact that they just did the expansion at Grand Floridian.
That's
not too long ago. So,
well, I'm just pulling up. I don't know if you've ever gone on to DVC Info. DVC Info has some really great stuff like this. So let's see really quickly here. 2-bedroom dedicated, 24 at. Oh, that's at Beach Club. Sorry, 74 2-bedroom dedicateds at Bay Lake. So that's a fair amount.
At Bay Lake, okay. Wow.
Yeah, Bay Lake's a good amount. Yeah, that's okay. So and then Grand Flow doesn't have that many actually. Villas at Grand Floridian. Let's see. There's
so I guess the expansion must have been more 1-bedrooms.
Yeah. It's because there's 17 dedicated. It looks like there's a 17 dedicated Lakeview and 30 dedicated standard views. So, and this is according to DVC Info, by the way. So if I'm wrong, you can blame them. Copper Creek has 56 though. That wouldn't be terrible.
I mean, Wilderness Lodge is another easy one because it's still it's still Magic Kingdom adjacent, right? Like, it's really no worse than taking the ferry back to the TTC for the Poly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, maybe I'll strategically place it. I see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you need to. So you need to do this. and I'm not
like giving me the advice. This is like,
yeah. So okay. You know how usually there's like the angel and the devil on your shoulder, like there's no like. There's no, oh, save your points. No, you need to do this. Like, and the reason you need to do this is that I don't think you've done a lot of after hours events. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you have done nearly as many as I have.
I did prior to my daughter being born, right? So like when we were younger, we did a lot of them. Yeah.
So yeah, you haven't done a lot of recent after hours events.
No.
Whereas I have done a lot of after hours events, like Halloween, Christmas parties, and just general after hours stuff. And having your room close for an after hours event, because it is a long day. It is
absolutely
much longer than you realize. And you're kind of on the adrenaline of like everything that you're doing and all that. I can say that, having it feels a lot better. And like you said, the point of like, you want to hang around till the very end, or you want to hang around longer. It's so much easier when you're like, oh, I just know that my room is right there. Like you don't, there's no like, I got to figure out what's next, or I have like another hour to drive or whatever. It's, enjoy the party and just leave it at that. Right. Like you don't, it makes your mental state at the party is so much better, because you can actually be so much more in it, because you're not like, you don't have like that back of your head, like planning thing going on. Right.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? So the other part of this too, Trevor, that I think is important to note, right, is that if I do this, then I also don't have to pay for parking. Which is, an expense that's added on there, and I can spend that money on something else. Now, given you could argue the cost of parking way less than me doing a room, but again, I have
you've already paid for your points. Yeah, like the points are already paid for, so you don't like they're. I know it's some funny mental gymnastics that the parking is free, and I'm using air quotes, but because you're right, the room is way more expensive than that, but you've already paid for the room the thing.
But also I'm thinking of it this way too, because I was, talking to my sister about this. My sister was texting me, and I said, listen, I think you guys should drive separately. Right? Like we should have two cars there. Even though we can all fit in one car, let's do two cars. And she was like, why? And I said, if we make it past 9:30, I will be shocked. Right? Like, I don't think we're going to make it past 9:30. We're going to try. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're going to try to get my daughter past 9:30.
You should absolutely try and stay there. Like,
we're going to try. Listen, we're going to try to
nap during the day
as we possibly can. Yeah.
Like honestly, if you can close out one of those parties, it's fantastic. And I've done this with my son wasn't as young as your daughter is, but we have done we've almost had him crash out on us because he was tired, but it is worth it.
Listen, I agree. We're gonna try to get her to last as long as possible. We might do some things that some parents might frown upon. There might be a lot of sugar going on. That's how it's gonna be, right? It's gonna be. Listen,
a couple of laps on the people mover for a nap is.
You can do that too. I was just gonna sugar my child up, but either way.
A cat nap in the middle is not a bad thing.
No, I agree. Yeah. But I do think it makes all of that a little bit easier if we're just staying there overnight. So, and I don't know really why I didn't really consider this as an option prior to this, but I think it's a good idea.
Because like you said, your mom's place is close enough is the problem.
It is.
That's the problem. Yeah. It's close enough, but really when you're at the party, you want to be like having yourself in walking distance just makes it better. And then also too is like you said, if your party chooses to split up, it's you can all choose to leave when you want to leave, or when people are tired or whatever. Again, it makes it easier for everybody kind of getting back and settled down, because it's not even not just for you, but like for your sister and stuff is they can kind of leave whenever they want, right?
Exactly.
Which, again, my opinion is close it out, but that's my opinion. But I get why not everyone can do that.
some of this is also a little bit selfish for myself, and good news, my wife doesn't listen to the show.
But my wife does, and she will tell your wife.
Jen, come on, let's keep this between us, okay?
Yeah.
So Karen, my wife, is a early to bed kind of person, right? So she's like a 9 o'clock to bed kind of person, right? Now that's not to say she can't stay up, right? But if she sees my daughter getting tired and she's also getting tired, that will be more of a, hey, we should go. Now, if we stay on property, the hey, we should go could mean those two go and I stay.
Yep. I have lived this situation too, where I was there with my friends and my wife and my son were getting tired and they were like, we're going back to the room. And I had friends there that we were all visiting for just the one day. So my wife was like, you go have fun with your friends and we're going to go back to the room. And so I continued on with my friends for a couple more hours because it wasn't like I need to give keys to the car or whatever. It's like, okay, we'll see you back at the room.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the big advantage there. Because my wife's not going to drive the hour and a half back at 9 o'clock at night. She's just not going to do it. Like, she would definitely rely on me to do it, and that's fine. Like, I'm fine with that. I just also am like...
It gives everybody more freedom.
It does. Right now, though, the only thing that I am seeing available, the only thing that's a 2-bedroom, is a treehouse at Saratoga. Which... is kind of a haul, and I don't want to do that. If I'm going to do this, I want it to be a Magic Kingdom area resort, or at least something decently.
Yeah, I think maybe I would abandon the 2-bedroom and just like, even if you can get 2 studios, to be honest, because again, like you said, it's not. I know you want to like have the bigger room for the family, but if it's 6 people, 2 studios will do it. And they're just hotel rooms, right? Like it doesn't have to be super complicated.
I'll tell you this: there's a whole bunch of 1-bedrooms available out there. Because one bedrooms
sleep 8, right?
They sleep like 5, depending on which one. Yeah, they don't sleep a lot. That's why they're like 2. They're more points than they should be, and they sleep about the same as a studio usually. So
yeah, I was gonna say because the studios I stay in sleep 5. So
yeah. usually the 1-bedrooms only sleep 4 or 5 depending. Which kind of stinks. I said there's a lot of 1-bedrooms. Now I'm just looking. There's like 2 different 1-bedrooms.
So I would just get some studios to it. Like that would be my thing. Again,
I mean, there's not even studios available though. I mean, it's slim pickings out there.
Really? I guess, you are also getting we're 2 months out. So
yeah, I can get a 1-bedroom Savannah view at Animal Kingdom Lodge. But can I get 2 of those? I don't know. And really, do I want to pay for a Savannah view?
That's a bit, again, that it's the same problem of, I mean, again, it's still relatively quick to get back there. Like you just hop on the bus and go. But it's like you said, it's still not a Magic Kingdom area.
Ooh, 1-bedroom. See, here's the problem, Trevor. Like, you can't book 2 rooms at once, right? Because you got this like, I have this one room here that I could do, but then it's like, but are there 2 rooms available? I need to know if there's 2 rooms available.
We'll book it and then go back in right away and see if you can book a second one.
Yeah, because there's a Copper Creek 1-bedroom. If I can get 2 1-bedrooms, I would rock that.
Do it.
That would be fine. I think.
Do it.
Don't be the little devil on my shoulder trying to get me to spend my point.
I'm trying to Palpatine you. Do it.
You are. That's what you're doing. You're doing it through the internet across country. There has to be something elite with your cross country influence going on here.
Yep.
Well, these rooms are newly refurbished too. They just finished the refurbishment over at Copper Creek. So yeah, okay.
I'm being a terrible influence, and
you really are.
I realize we spent like 30 minutes trip planning for you here and just talking about stuff. Should we actually maybe get into some of our
who cares about any of that? Do people care about? No, people don't care.
Okay, raise your hand if you care about Moonlight Magic for 20 minutes.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Nobody? No. Oh, right.
All right. Let's talk about Moonlight Magic. All right.
All right, fine.
Listen,
okay,
I'm trying to book a trip here, Trevor. Well,
okay,
we're trying to do the show. Okay.
Well, okay, you can do that on the side, but
No.
But so they announced Moonlight Magic for there's 9 dates for 2026. So I'll get into this while you're going through the booking stuff. So
okay, all right.
So we have starting in January of this year, we have Animal Kingdom on January 20th, February 12th at Epcot, February 23rd at California Adventure, April 22nd at Hollywood Studios, June 25th at Typhoon Lagoon. July 20th at Hollywood Studios, July 17th at Epcot, August 4th at Typhoon Lagoon, August 20th at Typhoon Lagoon, and then September 10th at Epcot. So these are all confirmed 2026 dates that they've announced. And as a nice little bonus, they also announced 3 more events in 2025 at Animal Kingdom in October, November, and December, which that's a lot of Moonlight Magic. It's
a lot of magic, Trevor. A lot of magic.
Yeah, it is, definitely. And I was a little surprised about the Animal Kingdom ones for late this year, because I was like, I would have thought that they wouldn't want to do it because it's getting into the holiday season. But I guess Animal Kingdom is not as busy as the other parks when it comes to holiday time, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
because if you think about it, like both or Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom all have their respective holiday party events going on.
That's true.
Whereas Animal Kingdom doesn't have anything, so maybe that's why they managed to squeeze those in for this year. But I know you're planning current stuff right now, but is there anything on the list for the 2026 dates that potentially lines up with when you might be going to Disney?
No.
No.
There's no might at this point. To be totally honest, there is no might right now. Listen, it's not I've talked about this before. There's not a good situation with my wife's job. So we got to resolve that, and then we can kind of start talking about what next year is going to look like. I can tell you this. I predicted that this was going to happen, right? We got very much bit by the cruise bug by going to on a Disney cruise.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just, listen, let's be honest. It's probably going to be
you're looking more at a cruise than actual park.
No, it's probably going to be both. I'm going to be honest. It's probably going to be a cruise and they might happen at the same time. They might happen at separate times. I don't know. Yeah. But we're going to have to see what happens, but that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. Things can change. We talked about doing Hawaii next year. I mean, we talked about, doing Aulani. So I don't know. I mean, that was maybe just a thing because my sister was there and talking about how amazing it was. And we were like, oh, we should do this. And, but okay, I don't know.
So you're not too terribly concerned about the Moonlight Magic
parties?
Events. Yeah.
No. And to be fair, I'm never really all that concerned about the parties. Okay, this sounds bad, but the only time I've ever been actually registered for a Moonlight Magic party, we didn't go. We ended up being too tired and didn't go.
Fair. I mean, yeah. I guess so. My thing is that I've twice tried to, I've had it lined up where I was going to be there for a Moonlight Magic party, and external circumstances blew it out of the water. Right. So
is that a pun about the hurricane blowing through for her?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So yeah.
Were you trying to make a subtle joke and I just called it out?
I mean, that wasn't the direct intent, but yeah, there was undertones of, yes, a hurricane did that.
Yes, a hurricane did ruin that vacation for you. Yes.
Yeah. I guess people won't be calling this out on the Discord later when
listen, I was so embarrassed I missed your pirate joke that now I'm on high alert for this stuff.
That's fine, but okay, I'll put it here anyways. I made a comment in the Discord that was a K-pop Demon Hunters reference and nobody caught it. So
you did?
Sure did. You can go find it.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I actually didn't. So I actually didn't watch the movie. My daughter was gonna have me watch the movie, and then. Okay. We ended up not watching the movie, but I have heard all of the music.
So you would have caught the reference because it was a reference from one of the songs.
Okay. I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know. I hear the songs all the time. I don't know all the words to these.
It's
not like Zombies and Descendants.
Okay. So I guess you're I listen to the music and lyrics get stuck in my head very quickly. Yeah. So I had all the lyrics stuck in my head from it. So, anyway, okay. That aside, yeah. So I was, I would really love to go to one of these events, but funny enough, my situation is that we're saving our points for our anniversary in 2027. So
okay,
I'm not going anyway. So
that's a fair point. Yeah.
Which, and what's kind of weird is, in the past, I always kind of looked at the Typhoon Lagoon ones as like, this is not a great, or this would not be a great party. But as time is going on and I've had more time at the parks, I actually don't think I think I would actually enjoy a Typhoon Lagoon Moonlight Magic party more than I think I would.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, just because I realized that I've never actually done a nighttime visit to a water park, whereas all the other parks I've done like nighttime and after hours stuff. So an after hours water park thing is kind of interesting to me. And the fact that there's 3 of them this year is kind of nice. Again, not that I'm going, but that might lead to a precedent in 2027 that I could end up there for a water park thing.
I mean, yeah, you never know, right? I don't know. We've talked about this before. We're not really water park people.
Yeah,
so
I get that. I do like a good water park.
I like water parks though. I mean, I do. It's just, I mean, and my daughter kind of does too. My wife doesn't really care for it. Like, but I'm all about like a lazy river kind of deal. Like, throw me in a tube and let me float. That sounds great.
I was going to say you should go to Volcano Bay, but they have 2 different lazy rivers. The one you would like, the other one
I would like. What does that mean?
They have a slow lazy river and a fast lazy river.
Oh, but I like a fast. Like grew up. All right, so I grew up going.
This is like you put on a life jacket and a current drags you around and there's like waves in it. Like there's a wave machine in the river. Yeah,
that sounds awesome. No, I grew up going to, and this is for my Northeast people, to Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. And Wildwater Kingdom had so Trevor, I think you'd appreciate this. It's so Dorney Park is basically it's 2 parks. It's split up in a very interesting way, but and I feel like they were doing this long before a lot of the other parks did it, because a lot of the local parks now will have the water park part and the theme park part. The Dorney Park, the Wildwater Kingdom part was like a pretty large water park, and then the Dorney Park part was just like a regular park. And so a lot of times we'd start the morning in the water park, and then in the evening we would go to the amusement park, which feels backwards, but it's really not.
No, I get that, actually, but that makes sense to me.
But they had a lazy river there that was it wasn't like what you're saying where there's like waves and stuff, but like there were things that like underneath would like almost like geysers that would blow up that would knock you off your tube. There were waterfalls. There were, growing up, we would go with my family all the time, and I'm one of the oldest in my family. And so before my uncles, had kids, my one cousin and I were like the only 2. And so they used to do what, uncles do. They would, they would move our tubes under the waterfall and, stuff like that.
Hold you there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's, I think everybody has those kinds of experience, but it's, so I always remember that. I don't even know if it's still there because I haven't been there in so long.
Looks like it's called Runaway River. I'm as you've been describing all this, I've been Googling.
I know you usually like to Google. I love Dorney Park. It's maybe my favorite non-Disney theme park by far, actually, because I don't know, maybe just because I grew up with it. I just always it's just a very cool old park, Yeah.
No. I get that. But yeah, I guess this looks like it's not a calm lazy river, but I guess I would have to experience it to say if it's less or more.
It's not really an intense one either. It just has stuff going on. It's not just like you just kind of float around kind of thing. There's jets going on and waterfalls and all kinds of fun stuff, So,
it's not like the Disney ones is the point, I guess.
Correct.
The Disney ones are relatively calm compared to other lazy rivers.
Yeah, no, and that's also understandable, right? Like, of course they're pretty calm, right? But yeah. So I don't know, what were we even talking about? I don't even know.
We were talking about Moonlight Magic originally, and I went to water parks. But yeah, so
how did we get there? Okay.
This is how this goes right now. So
okay, my bad.
Maybe to be fair,
today, but
to be fair, we don't have a ton else to talk about on the rundown. I mean, there's like news wise, I mean, that was the big DVC news for this week, which is fine. We do have a follow up on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, which, listen, this isn't parks, right? But
yeah,
we talked about a rumor.
It's parks adjacent because the Muppets are, they are getting love in the parks. So I think this is fair. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, this is we talked about a rumor a couple weeks ago that that Muppet Show was getting rebooted, and with Seth Rogen as executive producing. Turns out that was actually pretty true. Except for the full reboot part. They're not getting the full reboot. They're getting a 50th anniversary reunion kind of thing where they're going to do a Muppet Show like the classic Muppet Show. And and it is being produced by Seth Rogen, and his production company. But they are saying, though, if it goes well, that it may go to a full series. So, it's a possibility.
So this is a pilot potentially.
Kinda. It's like a pilot and an anniversary special all in one.
That's a good way to do it, actually. I mean,
I think it's great. Yeah, if there's a huge response, right?
Because I mean, I'm down for some classic Muppets, but again, it also kind of depends on if it hits well. It has to hit the right beats that the old Muppet Show hit, and there is a timing aspect to it as well, right? Like if it's, I don't know, there is a weird thing. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like if it doesn't come on at the right time of year, I just won't watch it.
Yeah,
right, like.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's more, I think if they release it in the fall, I probably stand a better chance of watching it just because like fall and winter stuff, I don't really do. So I'm more inclined to sit down and watch a TV show. But if this like comes out in the spring, Did it
actually say when it's coming out? I'm just trying to see.
It doesn't. I couldn't find a date in the article here.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is a date.
Yeah, it just says it's in planning, which means like, we could see this.
It says 2026.
Yeah, like I said, it could be any time next year, which I guess I don't know when the original Muppet Show started airing. So I guess we could probably find that out because that'll probably coincide with the 50th.
I do like that this article, it says, where did it say that Seth Rogen looks like a Muppet anyway, so it's a good choice. Which, it's a good joke, but also kind of true.
Yeah, he does have that. He kind of has a Muppet quality to him.
And you mentioned he does. And you mentioned that Sabrina Carpenter is the featured guest, right? I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but
yes, or actually, sorry, I didn't mention that. You're right. That was in the article. I glazed over that part,
which does nothing for me, but I'm sure it connects to a younger audience. Maybe
it does. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Sabrina Carpenter. It's just, not. I'm not a super fan, I guess.
my biggest problem with this by far, and I think you know what I'm going to say, Trevor, is that we have to deal with new Kermit. That's the problem we really have to deal with here.
Yeah.
I literally, I told my wife about this news, and her first response was, "Yeah, but then we got to listen to Kermit." And I was like, I know. Sorry.
It's such a hard thing because, like, I understand, he got the job and he's doing so. I don't think it's his fault at the end of the day. I mean, because there was people that had to like interview and field these people and they picked him. So clearly those people need their ears checked.
I mean, because there's nobody out there going, "Wow, right? New Kermit way better than old Kermit." Like, no one's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get. I don't get why. Like, I feel like I've heard so many people do such good Kermit impressions over the years.
I mean, Jeremy does a better Kermit than the new Kermit does. I mean,
Jeremy amongst like many other people have done like amazing Kermit impressions, but somehow, I don't. Maybe there's. I mean, we're just focused on the voice. Maybe it also has something to do with the the puppeteering and all that as well. Like I don't know.
That was a part of it, right? But yeah.
So I did look it up, and the Muppet Show actually started September 5th, 1976. So I feel like there's hope that this
like a year away.
It'll probably be about this time next year that the special airs. So,
well, hold on a sec. When is do we know yet when Muppets? Okay, so here's where
we don't know when. Oh,
it gets
the
very
poster.
Disney, right? They're they're going to coincide this with the opening of the Rock and Roller Coaster, because Rock and Roller Coaster, the Muppet version is supposed to be in 2026. This is supposed to be in 2026. Disney never will give up an opportunity to launch two things at once that are the same thing. So whenever the ride's going to launch, the show's going to premiere, and vice versa, is what I'm going to predict right now.
Well, then, so here's the funny thing is that Rock and Roller Coaster we may not see it open then until late next year, because they may actually like the coaster opening can be delayed, and they could coincide it with the 50th anniversary of Muppets to just further build up the hype around it.
They could. Yeah, they could. It's true.
So September 5th next year, Rock and Roller Coaster
prediction. Mark it down.
Starring the Muppets.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor, why don't we go ahead and do our ad, and then we'll talk about some other stuff here. All right, the sponsor of this episode is DVC Resale Market. DVC Resale Market, a world of DVC company, is the leader in the DVC resale industry with 13 former Disney Vacation Club guides and 3 former Disney Vacation Club quality assurance managers. If you're thinking of buying DVC, browse the largest selection of DVC resale listings anywhere, with DVC experts on hand 7 days a week to answer your questions. If you're thinking of selling, turn to the friendly professionals at DVC Resale Market, where over 98% of listings sell within 30 days. In 2024, DVC Resale Market helped over 4,400 families join or add on to their memberships. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/welcome home or call 1-844-DVC-PROS. That's 1-844-382-7767. And when you speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you. All right, so a little bit of cruise stuff here, Trevor. I know. Okay.
This is interesting. Okay, I will say, regardless of this being on the cruise, I've had a look at this article, and this is very interesting to me because there's a whole storytelling aspect to it.
Yes. So really interesting thing that Disney does on their cruise ships is they have these trees, these pumpkin trees on some of the Disney ships, right? Yeah. I guess they're on all of them, right? It seems like they have all of them, and they only appear during Halloween time. And so the treasure, now is, I think this is its first Halloween, right? Because it was last December that it actually, had its first sailing, right? So this is its first Halloween. And so now we're getting a look at the pumpkin tree that they've designed for the treasure. I have to say, when I first saw this, I found it slightly creepy, but the more I look at it, it's very, very cool, very intricate. The light, the fact that it lights up in different places is very neat. And like you said, the story behind it is very cool.
Yeah. So first of all, her name is Ginger. So yes, Ginger, the pumpkin tree, and she's a one of a kind, gorgeous centerpiece, and that is Disney's pun, not mine. So
of course it is. Yeah.
And yeah, the part that I find interesting is how they say that Ginger, is a unique species of tree hailing from the fictional city of Agrabah, as seen in Disney's Aladdin. That is such a weirdly specific thing, which I'm guessing is because of the fact that there is a lot of Aladdin influence on this particular boat. But it's like, okay, I didn't know that I needed to see a tree from the city of Agrabah, which I'm trying to like. I never thought a pumpkin tree would come from Agrabah. It's
fair.
Interesting, but it's a funny, like, very, very specific way to tie it all together. And yeah, like you said, like the details on the tree are fantastic. Like it's like the face actually reminds me of like old, like 1940s Disney animation. Like it has that same kind of quality to it. So.
Well, and the reason it's from Agrabah, the statue, Trevor, that's in the Grand Hall is Aladdin and Jasmine. So it matches up to the story of the ship and the statue they have right in the Grand Hall there. So it's right next to there, basically. Yeah.
So I guess if it was just like random tree appeared, people would be like, or it would be disjointed. Whereas they're trying to say like, oh, this is an this is an Agrabah specific thing, which, I guess the thing is, Agrabah, I say like, I can't imagine what a tree looks like coming from Agrabah. To be fair, it's a fictional city. So
true.
All bets are off, and a genie lived there. So
there's also that.
Like it's, there is a lot of room for creative interpretation. So I guess I can't fault them on that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I this is another one of those things that really makes going on Disney Cruise Line pretty unique. Is they do these really, each ship has something different, and they each have a different tree that's specific to that ship, and they have their Disney treasures, the storytellers on board are going to tell a story about it. That's going to be cool too. Yeah, so what were you going to say, Charlie?
I was going to say Ginger's actually so further down in the article that they actually highlight all the different trees that are on the Disney ships. Ginger is the nicest one of the
by
group.
far. Yeah, no, 100%.
So, because just reading the names, they have like concept art pictures of them as well, but the names are, so there's Reap on the Disney Magic, Bog on the Disney Wonder, Grim on the Disney Dream, Mucklebones on the Disney Fantasy.
Mucklebones is a great name, though. Okay,
and
that's
Boo
wins for
on the Disney Wish. Well, I mean, the whole lot of them, like Reap, Bog, Grim, like they're all like very like heavy like Halloween. And then Ginger's like, she like, it's like a fall, like nice fall Halloween kind of thing, not like heavy, hard Halloween, like scary stuff, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just funny how different the trees are, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I just love, I mean, just the word Mucklebones just is fun to say. I'm a fan.
Mucklebones is an amazing name. Yeah,
it is. It's great. Yeah. Mucklebones is great. But yeah, no, listen, this is this, like I said, this is really neat. I Boo, the Boo one that's on the Wish is pretty cool too, but I don't know. I think this one is definitely the most ornate of all of them.
Yeah. Boo is kind of leaning towards what Ginger has going on, but Ginger's that very like refined, nice looking tree. It looks like it's been taken care of, whereas the other trees are a little more wild. I guess
they're almost like a little scarier, and like the two newer ones are just more of like Disney movie kind of esque,
it's interesting how they have evolved.
I mean, listen, the other ones are from Disney movies. I mean, they are Disney movie esque too, but I guess what I'm saying is these are more like they're softer. They're more creepy, but like not to the point where your kid's gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, it's the difference between like the old like Halloween special stuff versus the like Snow White kind of vibe, right? Like it's like or Snow White or like Prince, like this tree is leaning more towards like almost Disney princess-esque, whereas the other ones are very like Halloween vibe, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would love to do a cruise during a holiday, because they do so many fun things for like Christmas and Halloween, and so there's only really even 5 different sailings that you can actually see Ginger, right? And that's September 20th, 27th, October 4th, 11th, and 25th, and that's it. That's all you got. So and so I guess that's the only time she's going to be there. So
that's actually kind of crazy to think about, that they only like, you only really have like a month or two, which I guess I shouldn't.
Makes sense.
I shouldn't complain about this, because I complain about this going the other way, where, they do holiday overlay stuff and it lasts too long. This seems like, it's lasting the appropriate amount of time, which feels too short, because it's like, I want to see it, but I also don't want to be there like necessarily at the busy time when everyone else is going to see it. But I guess cruises are different, because the capacity is always limited, right? Like there's never there's never a point where technically a cruise is less or more busy, right?
So speaking of Halloween, I'm actually going to skip over the next one I had on here and jump to the number 10 here, Trevor, which is and I'm sorry to bring up a sensitive subject for you. However, Walt Disney, Sorry, Walt Disney Imagineering.
I don't mean to be triggered about it, but
I know. Walt Disney
Haunted Mansion
Imagineering
Holiday needs to just stop. I'm sorry.
Imagineering gave a behind-the-scenes look at the new Oogie Boogie figure from the Haunted Mansion Holiday overlay, because the old one before apparently was just like, it just basically did it had two different states and it just moved between those two different states. Now that they've actually like moved it to a more advanced one, which you can very much see in the videos that they posted here, it looks really, really good.
Oh yeah, he is fully like animated, like
yeah,
very, very much so from the like feeling like he came out of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, because like even with his eyes getting bigger and smaller and like making almost facial expressions and his stomach moving, like it's very cool.
Do you want to know something wild about where this animatronic is positioned?
It's where the hitchhiking ghosts are, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and you forget that it's like he took over the space where the hitchhiking ghosts are, which it makes sense in the context of the ride, but it's still just like
it's annoying to you because he took the spot of the ghost.
Well, so here's the thing, like they've got this amazing animatronic for a holiday overlay, when the same animatronics that go there are basic.
Yeah, no, that's
right? You see it like, but that's not to say like, I'm not saying like replace the hitchhiking ghosts either, but maybe they need.
You want like a fully articulated hitchhiking ghost animatronic?
But I guess here's the thing: is that I don't know how I would make the hitchhiking ghosts move more than they do, because like they're kind of like
all they're doing is hitchhiking.
Yeah, but I feel like they're putting all this effort into Oogie Boogie. I don't know.
I get it.
It's a weird, like I said, it's a very weird thing if you think about it, where it's like the original thing that's there is, very like basic, predictable, standard, and then they have this like during the overlay, it's this impressive this is like new generation, like the stuff we saw in Splash Mountain, or sorry, Tiana's. What you know what I mean? It's like that level of animatronic, right? But it's for a holiday overlay.
Yeah.
Agreed. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting choice. Yeah.
Listen, I put this on here not just to annoy you, but but mostly because
I'm not I have ridden the ride. I will ride the ride, but I'm still just
Yeah,
I have my gripes about it.
I mostly put it on.
I'm not like anti, or maybe I don't know. It's complicated. Okay, Haunted Mansion Holiday is it's complicated. Okay,
yes, you have complicated feelings. I get it.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, I put this on here mostly because I just love the behind the scenes Imagineering stuff. I love to see how they program these things, the thoughts they put behind it, the work they put behind it. I think when you understand how difficult it is to do any of this stuff, then it makes you appreciate it that much more, Yeah,
I agree with you there, that the thing is that you don't realize how much emotion comes out of an animatronic until you see the difference between like the older, like, static, like you said, like has like 2 or 3 movements that it does versus like, facial gestures and just like very, very incredibly detailed movements. And it's funny because like, if you look at Oogie Boogie, he's like a potato sack, right?
He really is,
and you think like, how can what can you do with a potato sack? And they like, just watching this, like I'm looking at them going, wow, like the amount of movement that's coming out of that it's very cool. Like it is definitely a feat that they're able to do that. And like I said, the thing that just, kind of snaps me back to reality on is like, and that's for a holiday overlay animatronic. Like what the heck?
Well, but the other thing is, though, do you really want them to upgrade the animatronics in the Haunted Mansion to be like, I mean, like, do you?
That's such a double-edged sword, right?
It is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I you're right. I don't necessarily want them to, and I think that's actually part of the problem, is that I don't want them to mess with it. Like, I don't want them to take out the essence of the ride, or, what makes the ride feel as good as it does, which part of it is that it was done a certain way. Right. And
yeah.
If they start changing it too much, it does kind of lose it loses whatever made it great to begin with. Right. It's the analogy of, sorry, I'm going to get this wrong. I think it was Ulysses' ship, or the, replacing one board at a time analogy. That they did it in WandaVision, but the analogy of, or no, it wasn't Ulysses. Was it Ulysses? So that they had, like, there was an old boat that was in a museum, and over time the boards started, like, wearing away on it. So they kept replacing them with new boards, and they kind of hit a point where it was like, is it still the original ship? Because, like, basically everything on it got replaced with something new. And it's kind of like,
oh yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so the Haunted Mansion is kind of like, it's that same kind of problem where it's like, there is, I know that, like, I understand that, like, over time they have replaced parts in it and, updated animatronics and everything, but it's like, it does, I'm worried of it passing a point where, the classic novelty of it, like, even things like the Hitchhiking Ghost is like, I started thinking in my head, it's like, oh, it'd be cool if they updated the Hitchhiking Ghost. And it's like, wait, do I want them to update? Yeah.
Do you really want that?
Yeah. It's a hard balancing act, right? And so maybe the fact that they do have an overlay and they can do, like, updating the Oogie Boogie animatronic, it doesn't have the history that the rest of the ride does. So it's like giving it to the holiday overlay might be the best case scenario, because they can do updates and stuff, but then they can still keep the classic ride mostly intact, right?
Yeah.
And maybe my only thing is maybe they need to move away from Nightmare Before Christmas for an overlay. Maybe they need to, like, do like a Ichabod Crane overlay. That would be cool.
That would be kind of interesting. I do
go back to.
But are you too late at this point, Trevor? I guess what I'm saying is,
not too late for Ichabod.
No. I don't even mean that. I mean, has Nightmare Before Christmas, is it too ingrained now that if you change it, people are going to be mad? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not very much in love with the IP, so I wouldn't be mad. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that would be mad about it. So I guess I just have to accept that it is the way it is. And Oogie Boogie gets a new animatronic, and I have to plan my trips there in March if I want to actually go on the Haunted Mansion.
How about on that note, how about we move over to Disney World? And talk about it.
So this is not a parks update, but it's a Disney Springs update, and it's
no. Candlelight Processional. I was going to do Candlelight Processional.
Okay, sorry. Well, we'll come back to the Disney Springs.
Yeah.
In a minute. Okay.
Yeah. There's this is quite the celebrity list this year, I have to say. So, first of all, you have Constance Wu, who is, I believe, known for what was that? Crazy Rich Asians? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, and she also did that show Fresh Off the Boat too. So she's pretty well known at this point, right? Yep. She's. Then you have Jordan Fisher, who I'm gonna make you a $10 bet right now, Trevor, whether you want to take this or not. That the first thing that Jordan Fisher says at every single one of his things that he's doing is, Ready to Begin. He's going to sing Ready to Begin from Happily Ever After, because that's what he does. It's his thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Guaranteed. Yeah. That's
it's like, I guarantee you he's going to do that. Right. Because he just has to. Well, listen, I appreciate the fact that he loves that so much.
Oh yeah. So he should. I mean, it was an amazing thing that he got to be a part of. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he take advantage of it? Right.
Agreed. I noticed that he does it a lot, and
because people react to it. Why would you not do something that people react to?
It's like the band saying, like, how are we? Wherever they are, like, oh, they said the name of the place I'm in. Woo!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but he's definitely going to do that. But again, he's not a new one. He's been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Garner feels like a pretty big celeb to be doing this, right?
I mean, honestly, a lot of the people on this list are
pretty big.
Pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big.
But yeah, Jennifer Garner's a surprise for sure. I don't know what I've seen her in lately, but
besides I know credit card commercials,
yeah. I mean, but yeah, that would be cool. I'm trying to remember who Ashley Eckstein.
Once you find this out, Trevor, you're going to be pumped about this one actually, because she voices Ahsoka.
Oh yes, right, yeah.
Yeah, in all of basically across all of the Star Wars franchises. Did I say that name right, or am I going to get a hard time for that?
Eckstein or Eckstein? I don't.
Yeah. No. I meant the character.
Ahsoka.
Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's Ahsoka.
Because I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I'm pretty sure I had that one right. So she's a voice actress. Ralph Macchio. We all knew who Ralph Macchio is, right?
Yeah, great. Yep.
Okay. This next one, I had to look this person up, but when I did, I was like, I cannot believe they are doing this.
Okay, so I am out of the loop because I don't know who Leslie Uggams.
Okay, but did you not see any of the Deadpool movies at all?
Yeah, wait,
Blind Al.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's Blind Al from the Deadpool movies, and they're having her do.
So I'm looking at her right now, and it's showing pictures of her when she was way younger.
That's the problem, right? But if when you look her up,
I was like, yeah,
yeah. When you look her up, you figure out that she was Blind Al from
that
Deadpool.
Makes sense. Yeah,
but I just can't believe they're having her do that. I mean, listen, I know she's not the character, obviously, but that character is so dirty in those movies.
Yeah,
just kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marlee Matlin is actually an interesting choice too, because she's actually deaf, and which is kind of cool that they're having her do this. But also, like, I know her.
She's a returning one too. Like she
is a returning one. Yeah. And I mean, I know her from my favorite drama series of all time, which is West Wing. But then we got Henry Winkler, got the Fonz.
The Fonz is doing a
night or 2 nights.
Candlelight Processional. Yeah,
that's awesome. Right?
That is awesome. That would be, or I can't wait to see how that goes, because I'm sure people will be very excited to see him.
I mean, right? How great is that? I don't know who Lauren Daigle is. Maybe I'm just Daigle. Yeah, it looks like she's a singer.
I'm looking these people up, and I'm realizing that I am not very much in tune with like pop culture stuff. I don't know who she is.
It appears
I guess she's a singer.
She's an artist. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then Gary Sinise. I mean, okay. Gary Sinise, I know.
All I want Gary Sinise to do is get up there and do the pre-show from Mission Space, right? Just do the pre-show for Mission Space, Gary Sinise. That's all we need. We miss the old pre-show.
Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't even do the pre-show anymore, because
I know, that's what I'm saying. I miss it.
Yeah.
I want him to bring it back. I just want him to do the whole pre-show.
Yeah.
I would want to see Brendan Fraser, by the way.
Yes. Brendan Fraser has been a favorite in our house for a long time. We love, going back to like the Mummy movies, I love the Mummy. That's a great movie. Yeah. We watch them like all the time. And Brendan Fraser, and I know like he's, more of his recent stuff he's done fantastic in as well. But he's a returning one, super, super cool to see him doing that again.
Yeah, huge fan of Brendan Fraser. That would be super cool. I don't know who Luis Fonsi is. Seems to be a singer, and Joel David Smallbone. Also don't know who that is. Also seems to be someone in a band.
Luis Fonsi did Despacito.
Oh, really? Is that the person who did that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, that makes sense then. He's obviously tremendously popular then, because that song was #1 forever.
Yep.
Okay. And then Brie Larson, who again, a pretty big star to have on here, Captain Marvel,
she has that Marvel, royalty, I guess is what it is now. Royalty? She's part of the Marvel universe. So again, it's, not, honestly, that one's not super surprising.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
And I always just look at these two. These people are just trying to let's say, hey, free trip to Disney, right? And they also are going to get paid. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, would you show up and do this event for a couple of nights, but you get to hang out at Disney? Well, yeah,
yeah, why not, right? And then the last one on here is Cheryl Lee Ralph, who I didn't know who that was, but then as soon as I Googled her, I was like, oh, she's from Abbott Elementary. I don't know if you watched that show, Trevor. It is very.
I have not.
She's
so
very
this shows how out of tune I am with shows in general. Which, like I said, I've said it before. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. It's just not. Yeah,
that's fair.
It's not what I do.
You should watch Alien Earth, though. Alien Earth's really good.
Okay. I know we've talked about this before, but my speed of shows is like Alice in Borderlands, which the new season's coming out at the end of the month here. So again, very
sci-fi stuff, though, right? I mean,
yeah, I do. I like sci-fi, but
you like the Alien
sci-fi
series? I mean, right?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have to be in the mood for it. I think that's the hard part, is that it's very much I have to be in the mood for it. And then also I try not to talk about it on the show, but part of the reason that I don't watch regular TV shows is that I do watch a lot of anime. And anime has a whole, that could be a whole podcast in and of itself talking about anime.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of anime podcasts, I would bet. Yeah.
And actually there is a Disney anime coming out called Twisted Wonderland later this year, just to tie that together.
Oh, okay. So, there you go. Tie it back. No, listen. So this Candlelight Processional, I bet, again, Alien Earth, fantastic. Anybody out there who likes the Alien series, go watch Alien Earth. It is really, really good. Just don't watch it with your kids. It's not.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's very scary, but also, not the language is not great for anybody under, I don't know, however, whatever your kids say her language.
It's not appropriate for this Disney podcast.
Not appropriate for the Disney podcast. But if you're listening to this and you like Alien, go watch that show. It's really good. It's on Hulu. Yeah. Anyway,
but all of this comes back to these are people that are at the Candlelight Processionals, which it's a pretty cool lineup this year. Like lots of interesting people doing the Candlelight Processionals.
Yeah, and we should note that this starts November 28th and it goes to December 30th is the last show. So, and they do, of course, always have the meal packages every year, and so you can get the reserved seating and all that fun stuff. We actually did it one year. A friend of mine is a cast member and is an amazing singer, and so she, I think she was in it one year, and we went to see her in it.
Nice.
Yeah, because the cast members can they can audition for it, so and even if your job is you work at DVC, you can go and audition and be a part of this, which is pretty cool that that's cool. The way they do things. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this friend of mine is from college. They have a degree in opera singing, and I literally went to their final, which was a whole opera, and a incredible singer. So I we wanted to go check that out because obviously it's really cool. I mean, you have the full band there. You've got 50. You have the 50-piece orchestra there. You've got the Voice of Liberty. You have cast members, community singers. It's a really, really neat event. So. Yeah.
That's actually something, for all the things that I've done at Disney, outside of the normal, this is actually one that is on my to-do list still.
Oh, nice.
It's doing Candlelight Processional, but we just, again, timing of being there at the right time is the hard part.
Of course. All right. So this last article,
I'm
going to preface this. Okay. I put this on here because, all right, this isn't funny. All right, crimes are not funny.
No, this is crazy, is what this is.
But it's also kind of funny.
This is Ocean's 11 crazy. Is what this is.
I just had to put it on there because it's such a ridiculous thing. I had to talk about it. So for those that don't know, about a week ago or so here, somebody robbed the Paddlefish, which is where we did our meetup a couple years ago, they were fantastic. Really, really great people there. We had a great time. The facility was great. The view was great. We had a great time at the Paddlefish.
Yeah, it's a fantastic restaurant. And so to hear that they got robbed by somebody is unfortunate. The method of being robbed is really, I think, what stood out to us.
Is the part that's different, yes.
Yeah, because this person actually got scuba gear and swam up to the boat, or to the boat. Like the restaurant's shaped like a boat. It's like
it's on the water. It is a boat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah.
And so they swam up to the boat in scuba gear.
How could you not laugh at this?
Got up into the boat and then went and stole over $10,000 from this restaurant. And unfortunately, there was a couple of employees there that this person surprised them, and like thankfully they were not hurt or anything. Like the employees were okay.
That part not funny.
Yeah, but then this person like took a bunch of money and then got in scuba gear and disappeared across the lake. Like
it's
that's
just
insane.
Bonkers.
The having the confidence to do something like that is insane. But also like I'm trying to think of like they said they didn't catch the guy, or they haven't caught him yet. But it's like you would have to notice. Like I'm just thinking about like the surrounding area, like there's Disney Springs. Like he wouldn't go to Disney Springs. He would actually have to go over to like Saratoga, or like, yeah,
he has to have jumped in somewhere. And
like somebody should have noticed. But I guess to be fair, here's the hard thing is that there are like people that go into these lakes in scuba gear for various reasons. Like there are, I guess it's not entirely unusual to see somebody with scuba gear in these places, right?
Yeah. But I'm just looking at, I'm looking at Google Maps here, Trevor, just, doing a little satellite work here.
Mm-hmm.
And, the lake that where Paddlefish belongs to runs into what appears to, I don't know if this is a natural lake or not, but there's a big lake over there called Blake Lake that is surrounded by woods. And there is a parking lot right next to it. So theoretically, you could park your car right on the edge here, walk through those woods, get in that lake, and then swim all the way to Paddlefish from there. It's not that long of a swim. So, I mean, I don't know if that's what happened.
So you're thinking over at Saratoga, right? Like
it's by Saratoga, but it's more it's right by there's this big lake. It's right by the it's between the Wyndham and the Hilton Orlando Buena.
Oh yeah,
House.
okay, yeah, I see.
You see the lake I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so they could actually get outside of like Disney,
and there's
property.
woods all around there, right? So you could theoretically you could pull up right over there. You could put all. Well, the other weird part about it is they got to the boat, took off all their gear, stowed it somewhere, robbed the place, put all their gear back on, and then swam off. Like, I mean, how?
I feel like scuba gear doesn't take like a ton of time to if you know how to scuba dive, like you kind of know what needs to be done to get it on and off. And it sounds like this guy was like, the whole thing took him less than 5 minutes.
It kind of seems like that.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I just had to mention it because it's nuts. It's an insane story.
It is. And normally we don't like to cover stuff like this or talk about stuff like this, but it's so unusual. And again, just the like, this clearly was somebody had a plan for this. Like you don't like randomly roll up on a restaurant.
Like, you know what? I'm scuba diving. I'm pretty close to Paddlefish. Let me just, scuba on over there. Oh, you're closed? I'm going to rob you then. Like, it's... No,
they knew that clearly this was a planned thing. That was... Yeah.
Well, but listen, luckily nobody got hurt. They actually, they didn't threaten them with a weapon or anything. Like it wasn't,
it's still not, not
great.
Still scary to, be.
And I don't mean to laugh at a robbery or anything like that. I'm more laughing at the method in which it happened.
I'm laughing at this guy is crazy enough to do something like this. Like this, I feel like this is something that I can't imagine that you wouldn't be caught doing something like this because it is such a unique way of going about robbing a place. Like,
so, that person's got to get caught eventually, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I guess, like you said, if they had it planned out that they got in and out without, I guess the only thing would be like unless there's like a security camera in one of these surrounding areas that just sees like some guy like walking with scuba gear, which I mean, that would be the thing, is like just like randomly in the middle of the night, some dude walking with scuba gear, like
just flopping around in
I mean, I would assume he takes the flippers off and everything, but like, the tanks and everything are not small. Like you would notice, like,
you would notice that
somebody hauling around with that stuff. So
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think that water was deep enough that you could do that. Like I know it's like deep enough for like a boat, right? But like,
they have those boat cars that they launch from Disney.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it's not that deep there.
I mean, it is a lake.
Yeah, I know.
Are you thinking about like the springs themselves? Like
No. I'm just saying, like, I feel like someone would see them. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't be able to get deep enough where you would be kind of hidden. But I guess it was nighttime, so. Yeah,
you don't have to be completely hidden, but also like I'm looking at this lake from satellite view, like these from what I can tell, like these lakes in Florida, like you really don't have a lot of visibility into them on any given day. Like,
but part of the reason I'm saying this though too is they have had to shut down the Saratoga boats many times because the water wasn't deep enough. Like and that was recently, like where they weren't running the pontoon boats because the water just simply was not deep enough. I guess that's more what I mean,
that's for a boat though, for a person in scuba gear like that means, that it's, a difference of, 8 feet deep versus 10 feet deep or whatever. Like it's,
I just wonder like if you could get deep enough where you wouldn't be able to see it. But according to the internet, that lake is 12 to 14 feet deep. So I guess you can definitely get deep enough to.
The crazy thing though is that we have talked about, like, there are gators in Florida.
Well, that's
this in and of itself is a crazy premise because, like, you're taking a risk of. I know it's Disney, and we all like to think that Disney patrols these waters, but there's a chance that there's gators in these waters, and I mean, I personally do not think that, taking $10,000 from a place is worth running into a gator.
No, especially since they're probably going to get caught.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
I had to bring that story, Trevor. I couldn't let that sit out there without talking about it because it's nuts.
Yeah. It is the craziest thing. And, unfortunately it happened to paddlefish, which, like you said, they were great. They were fantastic for us. We very much enjoyed them, and it sucks that it happened to them of all places because it's a nice place, and you shouldn't have people rolling up on you in scuba gear to take your money. Which I didn't think I would be saying these things this week.
Yeah.
Again, it's just crazy. Like, people do, and this kind of falls into the realm of, we see this from time to time, is, people do insane things at Disney from time to time. It's not just, stuff like this. It's like, I put this in the same area as, like, somebody climbing the pyramid in Mexico. Like,
yeah,
don't do this stuff.
Well, this is worse though too, because they also, because they robbed somebody, but like,
but like getting into a lake with scuba gear in anywhere in, like, Disney, it's just crazy. But then again, with the intent of robbing somebody is even worse. Like,
that's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't do crime, people.
That's
all right. Let's wrap this thing up, Trevor. I think
that was such a weird weird place to leave it, but
I mean, it is, but I also felt like it had to be the end of it, like it had to be the way we ended things.
Sometimes we got to do that. We're not going to do that all the time, but sometimes weird stuff happens, and I guess we can talk about
it. Listen, there's no, like, nothing, no insights to be gained from talking about this, but it's just an insane stuff.
Other than if you see somebody walking with scuba gear, question it. Maybe
that's like, I mean, maybe, yeah. Somebody had to. They also spray painted over the security cameras. It's like, what is this? Like a heist movie? Like, I mean,
that's a case of somebody made a plan. They knew what they were doing, and I mean,
nutty.
To be fair, I don't know about you, but with the fact that there are cameras everywhere, I am aware of the fact that there are cameras everywhere, And so I'm always making a note of like, oh, I'm being recorded here or whatever. But I guess if I was thinking on this level, I didn't want somebody seeing what I'm doing. Yeah, I would, figure out a way to cover up a camera. But
so Trevor, prime suspect for the scuba robbery.
I'm not saying I would commit these things, but I am saying that I understand the logic behind them, because it's not. These people aren't like you said. These aren't like crazy like supervillain forming schemes. It's somebody looked at it and went, oh, I see where these things are, and they were trying to plan out their method of escape and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I get it, because like I said, I get the covering the security cameras is the obvious thing, because you don't want people seeing what you're doing, so you cover the security cameras. Yeah. That makes sense. Not saying I would do it, but it makes sense. So don't come for me with I'm not gonna give you advice on how to get around security cameras.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah. All right. So as usual, for if you have any trip reports or anything you want to talk about with us from the podcast, you can always find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We do love hearing from you guys, and hearing your thoughts on the show, hearing your trip reports, and just generally seeing what you guys share. In the same vein to that, you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast, YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast, and Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. On Facebook, we have our group Welcome Home Disney Waitlist, where again, we have people who share all kinds of stuff about their own trip reports, and asking questions and all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for a group to join and get into conversations with other people about Disney stuff, or just see the memes that are going on stuff, please check out our group. And if you want to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.co, and you can check out our merchandise there. We have all the usual stuff, the hats, and I'm sorry, not hats. Hats are coming. They're not there yet. But we have t-shirts and mugs and stuff. We are working on, adding some new stuff to the store. That's going to come though with, we're also planning on doing some updates to the logo and stuff like that. So, just stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we still have merch available, and, anything bought from the store, it just goes to help us continue running the show. Similarly, we also have a Patreon for the same reason. So you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod. Our Patreon supporters get exclusive merch that you can't get from the main site. So we have an exclusive logo for the Patreon that you can only see there. And then also all of our Patreon supporters get access to the Discord server, which is yet another place that we talk about all of the things we talk about from the show. Again, people talking about trip reports. There's been a lot of cruise talk lately because my wife has been in the Discord. She's in there, and she was asking some people about cruising, and she has vertigo, so she was trying to get some feedback on people that have experienced cruises with vertigo. And so again, lots of great discussion and all that. So if you're interested in that, please have a look at the Patreon, and you can join in on the Discord. Last but not least, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere where you can leave us a review, please do so. We love hearing from you guys and hearing what you think about the show, but also leave us those 5 stars, because it has to be the 5 stars, not 3, not 4, but 5. Yeah, got to be 5. Honestly, no. Leave us what you really think. The show, what you think of the show.
No, yeah, no. Say bad things about the show. Just give us 5 stars. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's. I know Tom wants everyone to leave 5 stars all the time, but just leave us a review, because again, it helps more people find the show. Is what that's the end goal is. We just want people to hopefully other people will find the show and enjoy it as well. So, yeah.
I can't tell you how crazy it drives me, Trevor, when I'm like trying to pick something out on like Amazon, and I'm looking through the reviews, and then there's like always like a review that says like greatest thing ever, and it's like 4 stars, and it's like, but why? You just said it's the greatest thing ever. Like, don't give it 4 stars if it's the greatest thing ever. It can't be the greatest thing ever. It's 4 stars.
So the ones I hate are the ones that are like 1 star, but then they're like, I used this for like 6 months and it broke down. But it's like, yeah, but you used it for 6 months, so why the one?
I just, it just drives me crazy. Anyway, the other thing you can do is subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube Music, just about any place you can find podcasts. You can find us. Just search. And, here's the other thing. If we're not on a place that you want to hear us on, just let me know. Shoot us an email. I will put us on there. But I'm pretty sure we're everywhere. But huge thank you to the sponsors of this episode and the show, DVC Resale Market and World of DVC. They are just the best. So anything you need DVC related, or I mean, really not even just DVC anymore, right? It's DVC, it's tickets, it's planning, it's anything you need with Disney. Yeah, I mean, when we started with them, back in 2017, they did one thing, and that was resell DVC contracts. And now they resell DVC contracts, they rent them out, they finance them, they sell tickets, they plan vacations, there's a million things that they do now. So yeah, but check them out. They're awesome, really cool people to work with. So please use them, right Trevor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm even going to, or just to say that we support them because we like to use them. Is I was mentioning that we have a trip coming up in 2027 for our anniversary. We're actually looking at possibly renting some points from them because we may not have enough points for what we want to do. So yeah, please check them out.
Yeah, for sure. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit its hair. How she can cuddle is no